12 seconds to go in the game. Niners lead by 4. He'll fire to the right side.
Crazy. We all thought after Kirk Cousins there was no way we would make any more splashy moves. After Sheldon Richardson, we thought for sure we were all done. Maybe a little move here, maybe a little move here, but for big splashy moves, the Vikings were all done. We don't have any cap space. We're good enough. Let's go. Man, were we wrong. As of today, the Vikings have traded for a piece I didn't think we even needed, Odell Beckham Jr. As of this Untitled Chapter tweet, Giants have agreed to trade Odell Beckham Jr. to the Vikings. The Vikings have received Odell Beckham a 2018 6th-round pick. The Giants receive Andrew Sendejo, Trey Waynes, and a 2018 first-round pick, and a conditional 2019 pick per sources. Untitled Chapter always has its sources. So let's start off and let's talk about the good that Odell Beckham is. Oh my goodness, can you imagine this offense? Gotta be one of the best receiving cores of all time. Probably not better than the 98 Vikings, but man, if they all produce, it could be a better individual season for all of them. So, starting off with Odell Beckham Jr., he was hurt last year, so you can't look at that too much. He only played 4 games. But when he was healthy, he got over 1,300 yards and at least 10 touchdowns in all of his other 3 years. And at 25 years old, he could have a lot of football left in him. And I know a lot of, after that catch, everybody's saying this man's the next Randy Moss. Now, I always thought that was way overinflated. This man's not that good. But man, now that he's in purple, give him 84, let the man fly. It's going to have everything going right in Minnesota. Now, how well will he do? Well, since the Vikings have number 2 receivers, Stephon Diggs, and a slot, Adam Thielen, and Kyle Rudolph at tight end, I don't think he'll be targeted as much. He won't be the guy like he was in New York or New Jersey, wherever the Giants actually play, but they will be a big part of the offense and be the best guy out of that big group of very talented receivers. I would expect a little over 1,000 yards and about 10 touchdowns still, because I know Kirk Cousins loves spreading the ball out, but Odell's going to get his action, especially in the red zone, where he has shine, and where Stephon Diggs and Adam Thielen, to a little bit lesser of extent, have somewhat struggled in their career. So now that we have a guy that can be a deep threat, catch the ball in the red zone, it will help a lot. So now you're looking at the Vikings offense. Number 1 running back, Dalvin Cook. Number 2, Latavius Murray, who used to be a Pro Bowler in years past. Kirk Cousins used to be a Pro Bowler. And receiving core, Odell Beckham, Stephon Diggs on the other side, Adam Thielen in the slot, Kyle Rudolph tight end. Try to stop this, please. This is going to be phenomenal. Vikings will probably draft some offensive line help to give them some time and let Kirk Cousins use all of his toys to their fullest extent. This will be such a fun offensive season. Now let's look at the players we lost and look at where the defense took a pretty sizable hit here. First off, Andrew Sendejo. Now this isn't that big of a hit, really. Now, since we have Anthony Harris signed up for another year, I think Anthony Harris is about as good as Sendejo, so you don't really lose much there. But Trey Waynes, one of the better number 2 corners all year at the end of the second half last year, that's a pretty big hit. I know a lot of fans are really low on Trey Waynes and think he's awful, but I just don't think they watch football close enough at the second half of the year. So that's a pretty big hit, but Mackenzie Alexander, a 2nd-round pick that played in the slot last year, is a more comfortable outside corner, so he should be able to fill in pretty well on the outside there, and this just opens the door for a slot corner. It could be Terrence Newman. I'm assuming he'll still be re-signed as a Viking, and let's go. I think we'll be fine there. That 2018 first-round pick really does suck. I was looking forward to the draft. There's really, unless we trade up with a second rounder, it makes that first day of the draft useless for Vikings fans, so that does disappoint me a little bit, but I would rather Odell instead of that every day of the week. And a conditional 2019 pick. Now, there hasn't been any info on how high this could be and what the conditions are that need to be met, but I assume it'll be somewhat like the Sam Bradford thing. If he performs well, say 1,000 yards, 10 touchdowns, and the Vikings make the playoffs, it'll be a second rounder in 2019. But if he doesn't perform well, let's say under 700 yards, and then it'll be like a fourth rounder, something like that. So it's a lot in the draft, a decent amount on the defensive side of the ball, and Pat Shurmur, their head coach, was the Vikings offensive coordinator last year, and he was competed against those two guys every day at practice last year, so he knows them very well and must be very high on him if he's willing to get rid of the Giants' best player. So, very big news, and it is such a big thing on this day. On this day, April Fool's Day! You can only be serious for so long. Yes, it's April Fool's. I wonder if I got anybody. If I did, tell me in the comments. Now I know everybody loved this idea last year, so I thought I would do this again. Oh man, now it would have been fun. Watch, there's gonna be a big news story drop that I want to cover later on today. I just won't be able to because nobody will be able to take me seriously for the rest of the day, but hey, that's okay. So let's have fun with it. Comment if I got you in the comments or if you're pissed off, whatever the case is. And we'll see you guys in the next Jersey Vikings video. See you guys then.